friends, it's Rachel here, and today I am continuing this mini album. If you missed the beginning of this, I posted it a couple weeks ago, the first part of this series. And so, yes, if you missed that, I'll fill you in right now with the brief details of this album. This is an album of when Cheryl visited me, another crafty YouTuber, and we had a little, well, for me it was a staycation, but for her it was, actually a vacation. So I am using the Maggie Holmes Round Trip collection from Scrapbook Nerd. Links will be down below. But this album is one that I made in the Crop and Create weekend. It's like a weekend of classes and things. And yeah, so I made this album, but I don't totally love everything in it. I loved making it and constructing the album, but I want to kind of make it my own. And so you'll see me deconstructing this album a lot. I appreciate the basis of everything, but I really want to use this collection and the papers that go with it. And I just like these papers and colors so much more. So we're kind of gonna rework this album, and I'd love to encourage you to do the same. Rework those albums that are hard to use into what you will actually use, even if it's cutting things off. You will see me cut things off and you might be a little surprised, but I'm not going to use it that way otherwise. So as cool as some of these pockets and things are and flaps, I am reconstructing this album. Call me rebellious, but I'm doing it. Which you'll see some of that in a second, but I already had all of the photos filled in, which was it's kind of nice because then I can just do the fun part, which is decorating and embellishing the album. And I couldn't really change any of the papers here because they were already glued down and in different shapes, and it would have just been way too complicated to change these papers. But I make a cluster underneath that flip, and I am embellishing that top part there with some of these Maggie Holmes goodies. But the good thing is these papers match well. It's not like I don't like the papers. It's just more that I wanted to make this a Maggie Holmes book and kind of just make it into my own thing, which I think the people who led the class would appreciate as well. Make it into what you want to make it and what you will use. We don't want everybody's work to be the same. I hope that makes sense. We don't want everybody to be making everything the exact same, right? So anyway, yeah, I'm kind of making it into my own thing and going with this little bit of a butterfly theme here, putting a few butterflies around the page. These pictures are from when we were in Toronto for the first day and a half-ish. So that's kind of what I'm documenting now. And for that butterfly, I didn't put the back wing, or I don't know, the bottom wings up on foam, but I put the top wings up on foam so that I could kind of pop off the page a bit. Almost look like it's flying or something. And yeah, so this flap here, I had no idea what to do with. I didn't have any pictures on it. I wasn't using it for journaling, so I said, screw this, I'm going to cut it off. I felt really rebellious, but I did it. I was like, oh, it's so cool though. But I did end up cutting it off, and I feel pretty confident about that. I'm glad I did it. Because also it was adding a lot of chunk to the album. I actually already have switched the rings to way bigger ones because once I put all my pictures in, and added a few extra pages, these rings were way too small, so I put bigger ones on, but already with the few pages that I've embellished, it's already feeling really chunky. So I thought, you know what, it's not a big deal to take it off. And don't get me wrong, I love chunkiness, but trust me, this is going to be really, really big once all of the pages are done and everything's embellished. So you can see I'm taking this embellishment off here as well, and it kind of left some marks, but that's totally okay. I cut it out because this video was getting long, but I did put that, if you look in the top right hand corner, there's that burgundy notebook paper with the rose, the flower in the corner. That was on there, and I had that for a bit, and then I didn't really like it, so I peeled it off, and it left some marks as well, which is totally fine. I actually am able to reuse that paper. You'll see me use it on the next page, so it all worked out. But yeah, I'm trying to just make a cluster up here. I was thinking maybe of putting a picture there or something, but it just, nothing was working out. So I thought, you know what, we'll just make this a fun cluster. It's totally fine. And I really wanted to get more of the blue over to the right side of the page because we had a lot of blue on the left and more pink on the right. So as I continue here, you'll see me try to add some more to each side to balance it all out. And I also used some black mist spray because there was some black in some of these embellishments. And yeah, for mist spray, you can use like just watercolors from your stash. You can water down acrylic paint. I got these mist sprays from like Tuesday Morning or something years ago, and they're still going strong for me. Like, you really don't need anything fancy. I'm sure Scrapbook Nerd has some mist sprays or paints or something that you can look into. Like I said, I will have the links down below for Scrapbook Nerd, so you can check out the products. I think they have a lot, at least at the time that I'm filming this, they do have a lot of this collection left if you're looking for Round Trip. It's such a beautiful collection. I have so much of it, and I'm trying not to hoard it because it's so pretty, but I definitely want to use it over and over again for many trips that I go on. I think it's just so pretty. Yeah, so just building out this cluster here because I don't really know what else to do with it, and I'm liking the way it's going. I'm not hating it, that's for sure. It's not my favorite thing ever, but I think it works, and kind of bringing the butterflies over to that side of the page as well. I decided to do a bunch of journaling in this space here because it felt so empty, but I also didn't know how to embellish that space. So I did some journaling, and there are lots of journaling spots on here, so I will have to add more things in detail later, but I just kind of put the basics here that we went to Toronto, went up the CN Tower, walked by the waterfront, just kind of the very basic facts of this. So maybe once I get the chance, I will do more in-depth journaling, like underneath, like on under this flap. There's more space for journaling. So just putting some stickers and embellishments, and loving the way this is coming together. Yeah, so at this point, I'm like, ooh, we need more pink on the left side, because I was trying to add blue to the right, which was working, but I'm like, or maybe I should just add pink to the left, and then it'll all kind of be balanced. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Trying to see how that goes. Yeah, you can see I'm just trying out so many different embellishments to see what might work. I also put that chipboard, love this, on the photo. It was like our first full date together, and we were just having so much fun walking around and chatting and taking so many pictures. I think we had 1,200 pictures by the end of the week. So we had a lot. So you can only imagine how much I had to narrow it down when I was printing my photos. Yeah, so the picture underneath is a picture of us at the hotel, and then this is us outside. I think we were about to get breakfast, or maybe we were going out for the day at that point. I can't remember. But yeah, the CN Tower. Okay, here is the next page. Don't be mad at me, but I'm ripping this pocket off. It's like one of those tuck pockets, which is beautiful. I love it. But I didn't really love the background paper. Like, I like stripes and everything, but the colors, they're just not what I was going for. So this is what I decided to do. I go to my 6x8 paper pad, which these papers are a little bit bigger than 6x8, but I make it work. And I grab a paper here that I like, and I sew around the edges. And I also distress the edges with my scissors. And I'm kind of going to make it look like, I don't know, kind of junk journalish, like you just like place the paper on and that's where it landed, and so that's where I stuck it. You'll see it in a second, but it's definitely not going to be perfect. But I like things sticking out of my album. I like, yeah, things on the side or the top kind of peeking out. I like that. So that's what I'm kind of going for in this spread. So I'm doing these 3 pages here. I know it doesn't seem like a lot. This album will probably take me forever at this rate, but each page is just, I feel like I'm really reworking it, so it's taking me some time, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. So here are 2 photos, one of us in front of the CN Tower, and then one inside the CN Tower, and they had this like turning red panda statue. If you've seen the movie Turning Red, it's an amazing Disney movie. It's on Disney Plus. It's so good, and it's held, the movie takes place in Toronto in the early 2000s, which is so cool. I don't know a lot of big, like, especially Disney movies that are that take place in Canada. So that's, yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite movies. And so the fact that there was like a big red panda there made me so happy, And, yeah, so I had to take a picture in front of it. And then, of course, a picture of us, like I said, in front of the CN Tower. And going to try and figure out some sort of layering situation here with these two photos. Kind of treating it as a layout, kind of not. But just having fun with it. Like I said, it just kind of looks like you dropped all these papers and they landed there. And I just love the look of that. Always going to use a doily. I love my doilies. Same one as I always use just for my stash. I have like a giant stash of the same doilies. I'm gonna layer some of these tickets and tags here. I love all the tickets and tags that are in this collection. I think there's like 3 ephemera packs. And one of them is just tickets and tags, which is so cool. So there's a lot of fun pieces to play with. So I'm going to try and place these here. I don't place them exactly how I originally had them, but I think it still turns out fine. And going to put the word today. I originally had it up there, but then I put it at the bottom. I think either would have looked good. I don't think you can go wrong either way. And going to work on embellishing this. These flowers are really beautiful. Oh, by the way, this is the Liquitex, like gold. I don't know if it's paint or what it is, but it's Liquitex and it's from the Scrapbook Nerd website. It's kind of a replacement for Heidi Swapp Color Shine. It's really, really good quality. I just sometimes water it down a little bit in like a water dish, like, mason jar or cup or whatever, and splatter it. It's a really good alternative for gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine. But yes, these flowers are really unique. They're like white with like a gold outline, and I've never seen flowers quite like this in these collections. Obviously we've seen lots of flowers, especially from Maggie Holmes, but I haven't seen this like beautiful white flower with a gold outline. So it's pretty unique. I liked it. It works, I think. Okay, so as you can see, I tore that paper in half or cut it in half, and I used that bottom part for that part that was all ripped up from when I took the little pocket off. So it all worked out, and I think it looks pretty cool, and it brings some of that like maroon, red color, burgundy down the page. So I don't know, I think it works. Kind of different, but I think it does the trick. So yeah, I think that looks kind of cool. And what else? I'm just adding some little sprinkle bits, hearts and stars from the sticker book and the sticker sheet. I'm not sure actually. I think I might grab a couple things from the puffy stickers, but there are just so many elements in this collection, which is so fun. We have word stickers, so many things. Love the butterflies. Love all of the things. So like I said, I'll leave all of the links down below for Scrapbook Nerd, so you can check out the website and all of these products. Yeah, I'm going to add this to the playlist with all of the other mini album series videos. So make sure you keep up and hit the bell notification so you get notified whenever we post a video, and so that you don't miss out on the creation of this mini album and you don't miss any parts of the series. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!